Hello everyone, this is Preeti Mishra. Once again, I am here with the next part of polynomials for class 10th. In case if you have missed its first part, please refer the link from description box. So today we will start with geometrical meaning of the zeros, then number of zeros for different polynomials. After that, graphical representation of linear polynomials, and then reflection of zeros of linear polynomials on graph, then graphical representation of quadratic polynomials, then reflection of zeros. After that, we will have graphical representation of cubic polynomials, and at last we will do reflection of zeros of cubic polynomials on graph. So let's start. So our first topic is today geometrical meaning of zeros. As in my previous video, I have discussed about zero of a polynomial. What is a zero of a polynomial? Zero of a polynomial is a real number which make value of the polynomial zero. So just we have to use this definition to understand its geometrical meaning today. So let's find out meaning of zeros. So today I am going to explain you this topic in two ways. First one, algebraic meaning and geometrical meaning. We will explore these two meanings at the same time so that this concept will be more clear in your mind. So let's start. Suppose I am having a linear polynomial px is equals to x plus 5. In order to find out its zero, I need to make it equals to 0. So x is equals to minus 5 is 0 of this polynomial. This is the algebraic method to find out the zero of a polynomial. Now, if we have to find out its geometrical meaning, then same polynomial I am taking here, px is equals to x plus 5. Now I would like to replace px by y. I can do it. Px is another variable here. So I can replace it by y. So y is equals to x plus 5 is equals to 0. As you can see, this equation is involving two terms here. So I can put y is equals to 0 and then x plus y is equals to 0 independently. So y is equals to 0, and from this second one equation, I can write x is equals to minus 5, which is 0 of px. You have find out it here in algebraic method. Now it's showing here that minus 5, 0. This is the point which is having these coordinates, and as y is equals to 0 here, it means this point is lying on the x-axis only. So with the help of this point, we can explore the geometrical meaning of 0. What is it? It says 0 of a polynomial is x coordinate of the point where its graph intersects the x-axis. Once again, I am going to repeat it. 0 of a polynomial is x coordinate of the point where its graph intersects the x-axis. So let's have its graph. Here I have shown you that this is the graph of the polynomial px is equals to x plus 5. Now you just find out this point in this graph, minus 5, 0. Here it is. And you can see at this point, the graph of this linear polynomial, which is a straight line, is cutting the x-axis. Here y is equals to 0. So it is lying on the x-axis only. And this point minus 5 is the 0 of this linear polynomial. So this was the geometrical meaning of a linear polynomial of zeros. Now, after this, let's find out number of zeros for different polynomials. Means we are having three types of polynomials like linear polynomial, quadratic polynomial, and cubic polynomial. So for linear polynomials, as linear polynomials are of degree 1, that's why these are having exactly 1 0. Quadratic polynomials are those polynomials which are having degree 2. That's why these polynomials can have at most 2 zeros. And cubic polynomials are the polynomials which are having degree 3. That's why these polynomials can have at most 3 zeros. Now, when I'm saying at most, then what it means? Once again, let's find out it. Linear polynomial, 1 0 will always be there for any kind of linear polynomial. And for quadratic polynomial, number of zeros can be 0, means no zero. There can be such type of quadratic polynomials which is having no zero, right? Then any quadratic polynomial can have single zero, means 1 0 only. And then so many quadratic polynomials you will have which is having 2 zeros. That's why I said at most 2 zeros. So a quadratic polynomial can have either no zero or 1 0 or 2 zeros. Now come to cubic polynomials. I said at most 3 zeros. It means there may exist a cubic polynomial which can have no zero, but it's not true. It happens only with quadratic polynomials. There exists no such cubic polynomial which can't have any zero. Means a cubic polynomial will always have at least 1 0. At least one single zero always it will have. So it may have 1 0 or 2 zeros or 3 zeros. Depends on the type of the cubic polynomial. After this, let's find out graphical representation of linear polynomial. So for this, I am considering here a polynomial x plus y is equals to 5. So for finding out its graphical representation, we just need to shift this variable x from left hand side to right hand side in order to just make our calculation easy. So this is in the form of y is equals to 5 minus x now. As we have to draw this linear polynomial on the graph paper, so we have to draw it on the coordinate plane. What is coordinate plane? Coordinate plane is a plane which consists two mutually perpendicular lines like this, where the horizontal line is known as x-axis, vertical line is y-axis, and the point where these two lines intersect each other is known as origin. So now we will plot this linear polynomial on coordinate plane. So we need to make here a table. A table for which? Table for finding out the different points which exist on this polynomial. So for that, we will take different values for x here, and we will get the corresponding value of y in that table. So here is the table. X, when I am taking x equal to 0, then value of y is y. When x is equals to 2, I am putting then y is equals to 3. And when x is equals to 5, y is equals to 0 here, because 5 minus 5 will be 0. So this is the table. Now we will plot these 3 points. These are the coordinates of 3 different points. First point, second point, and 3 points. Now we have to plot these 3 points on this Cartesian plane or coordinate plane. And just by joining these 3 points, we will have graph of the linear polynomial x plus y is equals to 5. So after joining these 3 points, what kind of graph we will have, I'm going to show you. This is the graph of the linear polynomial x plus y is equals to 5, which is a straight line which is passing through the first quadrant of the coordinate plane. So just by doing such type of calculations and by plotting these points on the graph paper, after joining these points, you will get graph of a linear polynomial. Now let's find out what kind of reflection of zeros of linear polynomials on graph paper we can have. So for making it clear, I am showing you 5 types of linear polynomials graphs, though we can have infinite types of different graphs for thousands, for lakhs of linear polynomials. I am going to show you only 5 to make it clear about zeros. So let's have, yeah, you can see 5 different graphs. So in first one picture, you can see one straight line is this straight line is upward straight line. And just look at this picture carefully, you will find out that this line is intersecting the x-axis at a single point. This one is the point which is -1, 0. This is intersecting. I have explained you geometrical meaning of zeros, that what was the geometrical meaning of zero? That the x coordinate of the point where the graph of the linear polynomial is intersecting the x-axis. So this point is the zero of this particular polynomial, correct? Now come to the second graph. Here you can see this is a straight line. Once again, always you will get a straight line only for any type of linear polynomial. And this polynomial is cutting the x-axis at a single point, which is 1, 0. This is a downward straight line. So again, it is showing that exactly 1, 0 exists for this linear polynomial. And in third one, you can see the straight line which is passing through the origin. Again, it is having only a single 0 as it is intersecting x-axis at a single point only. Now, in the fourth picture, you can see there are 2 different lines. First one, which is parallel to x-axis, and another one, which is parallel to y-axis. This line, which is parallel to y-axis, is intersecting the x-axis at a single point, and the line which is parallel to x-axis will not intersect x-axis at any point, right? So it will have how many zeros? It will have no zeros, right? So come to our next graph. Here I have shown you 2 different lines just to show you that we can draw 2 lines or 3 or more lines on the graph paper, and 2 or more lines always intersect at a single point only. At a single point, these 2 lines are intersecting at a single point, which is 0, 2. So and these 2 are intersecting the x-axis at a single point, this one and this one. So these 2 lines are having different zeros where they are intersecting the x-axis. So what you got here, that each and every type of graphical representation is having only exactly one point where it is containing its 0. Clear? So it was about the linear polynomials. Now let's have graphical representation of quadratic polynomials. So for this, let's consider a quadratic polynomial, which is y is equals to x square minus 2x minus 8. Now we have to plot this polynomial on the graph paper. So exactly in the same way, we need a table just with the different points for x and corresponding points of y. So let's have that table. So I have taken here x equal to 1, minus 1, 2, minus 2, 3, minus 3, and these are the corresponding values of y. And just by plotting these different points, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 6 points I have shown you here. By plotting these points on the graph paper, and after joining these points, you will get the result just like this. This is an upward hyperbola. Oh, sorry, upward parabola. So means a graphical representation of quadratic polynomials always give you a parabola. It may be upward parabola or downward parabola or some other type of parabola. Now just find out types of graphs of quadratic polynomials. So you can have various types of graphs of quadratic polynomials. I am going to show you here few of them. Here in this pic, you are having 2 different graphs of quadratic polynomial, and these are 2 different quadratic polynomials, because in first pic you can see this is an upward parabola, and in second pic you are seeing it's a downward parabola. So these two parabolas are showing that these are the graphical representation of two different quadratic polynomials. As you can see in first pic, that this parabola is touching the x-axis at a single point only. And here in the second pic, again, this downward parabola is touching or cutting the x-axis at a single point. That's why I can say this quadratic polynomial will have only a single zero or two zeros that will be same, right? I hope this is clear to all of you. Our next pic is here. You can see we are having two types of parabolas, and in this graph, either parabola is either completely above the x-axis or completely below the x-axis. Means it is not cutting the x-axis at any point. That's why these quadratic polynomials are having no zeros. Such type of graphs of quadratic polynomials are indicating that these quadratic polynomials are zero-less. I can say zero-less means no zero. So after this, I'm showing you these two pics, and easily you can see here in this upward position and in this downward position, these two parabolas are cutting the x-axis at two distinct points. In first one, these are the two distinct points where it is cutting the x-axis, and in second one, these are the two different points where it is cutting the x-axis. That's why we can say these are the graphical representation of that quadratic polynomials which are having two distinct zeros, right? So we have finished this topic too. Now let's have graphical representation of cubic polynomials now. So let's have a cubic polynomial which is y is equals to minus 4x cubed plus 3x square plus 25x plus 6. In the same way, we need to make a table with different values of x and the corresponding values of y. Here I have taken 1, minus 1, 2, minus 2 for x, and these are the corresponding values of y, 30, minus 12, 36, and 0. These are the four different points which we have to plot on the graph paper, and after joining these these four different points on the graph paper, just have a look what kind of pic you can have. Now you can see easily you are having this type of graphical representation for a cubic polynomial, right? And you can see easily, I have shown here with the red dotted points that this cubic polynomial is intersecting the x-axis at three distinct points. Means it is showing that it is having three different zeros. Now I'm going to show you different types of graphs of cubic polynomials. So let's have four types of different cubic polynomials. Here first one is where you can say this is a graph of, all these are graphs of cubic polynomials, I told you. So here in first one, just see this graph of cubic polynomial is intersecting the x-axis at a single point. So it will have a 1 0 only, exactly 1 0. And in the second pic, see at how many points it is intersecting the x-axis. This is a single point, and at this second point where it is intersecting the axis, that axis is y-axis, it's not a x-axis. So its intersection with the x-axis is happening only at a single point. That's why it will have a single zero, though it is a cubic polynomial. Okay, so I am showing here the situation of graphs, which type of graphs you can have with various types of zeros condition. In third one, you can see the graph is cutting the x-axis only 2 points. First one is this one and another one is this one. So how many zeros it will have? Simple, 2 zeros only. And in fourth one, find out how many points, 1, 2, and 3. Yes, 3 points at which it is intersecting the x-axis. So it will have 3 zeros. So it was all about the graphical representation of cubic polynomials. Thank you. See you soon in my next video of polynomials. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.